call me back. I admit, yeah, I've been cold. Loving, living on the road. I've been road running with her. I've been road running with her. I've been road running with her. Swear she know names of my hoes. Ay. Swear you don't know nothing. Ay. You don't know nothing. Ay. You don't know nothing. Yeah, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Ay. You don't know nothing. Yeah. Miss Know It All just snooping my apartment. Like who been?
All right, so the last movie is Eternals. So, what do we think about Eternals? I'm curious what you think, because I haven't heard what you thought about it. We haven't talked about it. So here we go.
10 out of 10.
This is another 10 out of 10. Okay.
So, Eternals shows the Celestials. Like, we all have been theorizing and stuff like that since Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
We get to see them on the big screen, and we get to see the creation of the Eternals, which is like a robotic, they're not human.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we get to see a boatload of just interests about like the deviants, Eternals, and humans, and how each are different.
Yeah.
As well as the Celestials, which I think is interesting because they're doing it after the snap. And in the movie, they say Captain Riders and Thor. So I feel like they knew him. The Eternals knew. And I feel like the Avengers knew that the Eternals were on Earth.
Okay, yeah.
Since they've been there for so long.
Yeah.
And when the snap happened, I feel like Thanos did it on purpose.
Oh, definitely, dude. Yeah.
To like stop the Celestial from coming up from the Earth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's your theory? That's probably what happened.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might be right.
With
go ahead.
Eternals, you could see so much just possibility with this movie. And you get to see the deviants, like the hounds, and like different forms of them, and it's really cool.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's definite 10 out of 10 because it's something that is overall great, and it's just setting up for so much. And we get to see like big scale characters like the Celestials, setting up for Galactus again.
Exactly. Yeah, for me, this movie surprised the mess out of me. I remember when they announced it, I was not excited for it. I thought it was going to be too much. And yeah, I love this movie. I don't give it a 10 out of 10 like you. I give it like a 7 out of 10. But I really, really did dig this movie. It's I think what I liked about the movie is even though there's a lot of characters in it, they do a good job of focusing on a few of them and showing you their powers and stuff. They do a good job of balancing out how many characters there are in it. So I gotta give them credit on that. I really loved Druig. I think that's his name. I really loved like Druig and his storyline, and I loved I liked all the characters in it besides Sprite. She's trash, but besides Sprite, I thought the characters were good. Ajax was awesome. Dina was cool. But I loved how, because here's how I look at the Eternals. They're gods, obviously. And I loved how in the trailer they kept saying how they can't interfere with like human conflict. And I loved how, I think it was in Babylon? I forgot what it was. But when the whole, like when they're fighting, I think at Babylon, and Jordan's like, no, we got to stop this. And he does the mind control. Like I really love that story in Eternals. And I also love, what's the black guy's name?
Hold on.
The gay black guy.
It's either Gilgamesh. No, Gilgamesh is.
No, that's that. Yeah, that's the other dude. Yeah.
Cersei, maybe.
No, that's the girl.
That's the girl. So we got Cersei, Icarus, Kingo, Sprite, Phastos, Makari, Druid, Gilgamesh, and Thena.
Okay, I think it's Phastos. But I love when he's at Hiroshima and he sees that his creation, did that and all that stuff. Like, yeah, this stuff like that was cool. Here's the thing. I think Icarus is cool, but he's too much like Superman. I'm sorry. He's too much like Superman. And I think the negative of the movie for me is these characters are great. Actors are great. It looks good. But the only problem is these characters are really similar to the Justice League. And that's my only beef with the movie. But other than that, I thought everybody did a good job in the movie. But yeah.
So Eternals, basically what they are, they have to say, like, they have to talk to the Celestials. They have to do what they say.
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, Icarus was so hell-bent on making the Celestial come back.
Yeah.
He started turning against his own kind. So Icarus, I feel like he's going to be a potential villain because of how easily he could be turned and manipulated.
Now, hang on. Do you think he survived? Because remember, he flew into the sun. You think he survived, or?
Yeah, I do, because the Eternals are supposed to be all powerful.
Okay, yeah.
Close to Celestials, they have Celestial power flowing through them.
Yeah, definitely.
So I feel like happened to Icarus, that didn't really kill him; it gave him a power up.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
because it's a star.
And I love like the story of like them trying to stop a celestial. Yeah, it's celestial, right? They're trying to stop a celestial from rising from the earth. Like, dude, that bro. And the final fight is so good, bro. So good. When they're all trying to fight Icarus, that's another thing. That reminded me of like Justice League when they try to fight Superman. But that was fire. And I loved when Thena killed the deviant that killed Gilgamesh. Like when she ripped his like limbs off, whatever, with a sword. That was fire.
Oh yeah. Athena did a great job with the acting. Angelina Jolie.
Oh yeah, she's phenomenal in this movie. I wish we got more of her. That's my only thing. I wish we got more.
I mean, her mind just started getting twisted.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, that's my only thing. Like, a lot of the movie was her mind kind of getting twisted, and then like you didn't really get to see kind of her personality until like the last fight. But yeah, she's one of my favorite characters though.
I have an unpopular opinion. I do like Sprite, but here's
now why do you like Sprite?
Here's the reason: because Sprite is, everybody gives her so much crap. She is one of the more powerful Eternals because she can, like, manipulate, people's thoughts and showing people like copies.
Yeah,
she digs deep. Like, she can warp reality.
Oh, okay.
If she wants. Like, she is OP in the comics.
Okay, yeah.
She's like Mr. Mitzelpick.
I don't know who that is.
Basically, he is a character who also, there's a whole story behind him, but he's shown in like different comics, shows. But with Sprite, I feel like may do more with her because of her abilities. But she was turned human.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
I feel like that may have gone, but Sprite was a good, interesting.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I like Sprite's powers. I like her powers. My only issue with the movie, and this is like bigger than the other issues I had with them being similar to Justice League and all that, was that I really couldn't get into the love stories and the love triangle that they had with her, Icarus, and Cersei. Like, I thought when I forgot where they were at, but I thought when Icarus went up to Cersei and he was like, I love you, and then they, it was flipping Marvel's first sex scene, which is crazy. But all of that I thought was just lazy writing. You never know why he likes Cersei. It's like, okay, I think he says, she's beautiful. It's like, nah, dip. Everybody in this theater knows she's beautiful, bro. Like, come on. But yeah, and then like, yeah, you don't really see too much of Sprite and Icarus, like their love story. So yeah, like I said, the love stories just didn't work for me. But her powers are fire, just like you said. Her powers are fire, and now she's a human. So I don't know how they're gonna do what they're gonna do with her in Eternals 2. Because I know it's gonna be Eternals 2.
Yeah, so I feel like if they do bring Sprite back, remember, every Eternal has to contact or stay in contact with the Celestial.
Yeah, they're going in judgment at the end of the movie.
Yeah, Judgment.
Yeah.
That is the big red Celestial. That is Judgment. There's 4 times a Celestial comes to Earth or a planet to lay the seed, to check up on the humans, to check on them once more. And then the final day is Judgment Day.
Yeah.
To see if they're either good for space travel or they're not good for space travel, and the entire world gets destroyed. This is why I think the Celestials will potentially be a possible like negative thing, because I feel like Earth will go down and they will not be ready. So the Celestials may have to possibly butt heads with the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
that
so
may be
cool.
interesting.
So hang on. Speaking of the Avengers, who do you think is going to be the new Avengers? Because
So-
Captain America's gone, Tony's gone. So who do you think is going to be the new Avengers, dude?
I feel like there's going to be some multiverse play in this,
Oh, definitely.
because they can't just kill off Tony and Captain America. Like
Yeah.
really, like they killed off 2 of the most like heavy hitting Avengers.
Exactly. So who's going to be the leader now?
I feel like it may be either Thor or potential new candidate to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Possibly Adam Warlock, because he teams up with the Avengers multiple times, and we saw his coffin in the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be in the third one too. So
That is what I'm really interested to see in, because if we get Adam Warlock, we get his evil persona as well.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm curious. I think they're gonna do Young Avengers as well. Like I know Kate Bishop is supposed to be Young Avengers. I think Miss Marvel is supposed to be Young Avengers, and then we have Morgan from Ironheart. So I think that might be him. I thought it was going to be Spider-Man, but I have a theory about Spider-Man. I'm gonna say it till later in the show. But okay. So to finish off Eternals, I thought this movie surprised me. I think it's out of the Marvel movies we've seen so far this year, because we haven't seen Spider-Man yet. This one's my favorite. I like this one more than Shang-Chi. I like it more than Black Widow. But I'm excited for it. I love the way it ended with the Judgment. I don't know about Thanos' brother, Star Fox. If you can tell me about that. I don't know too much about Star Fox.
So Star Fox is Thanos' brother who basically disowned him
Okay.
because he had the deviant gene, and that is really looked down upon in the Eternals.
Okay.
And their race from Olympian.
Oh, okay.
Which is the home planet.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're gonna go more into Thanos' backstory, which is gonna be really interesting.
Now, hang on. Why is he a human and Thanos is purple? Oh, he's half deviant, half celestial.
Because of the deviant gene. It's to see in Eternals, but every living thing has a possibility of having the deviant gene, like Gore the God Butcher or just any human. Which Gore the God Butcher, crazy dude. He could behead Celestials. He can fight the Avengers one-on-one. Like this
wait,
dude.
who? About Star Fox? Who?
So this is Gore the God Butcher. He also is a possibility of the Eternals. There's a whole backstory to him. Long story short, he gets the all-black necklace from Null, and he's basically a celestial killing machine. So we make it. That's why I thought of Star Fox as well, because he also kills Star Fox, which gets Thanos mad, but Thanos is dead. So
So they're setting up. Thanos' brother. He might be a villain, might be a hero. We'll see. And then another thing I want to talk to you about is at the end credit scene, we see I forgot his name. I think his name Dane or whatever. We see he's touching the sword, which is the Black Knight sword, and then we hear a voice, and that voice is Blade. So what do you think about that, dude? I think bringing Blade in the MCU is insane. That's awesome. But go ahead.
If we get in Blade, we are getting the Vampire King Dracula. For
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Dracula is oped in the comics. Like he is on par with some of the bigger villains like MODOK and like
Yeah.
I feel like if we get him, we're gonna get something called the Cabal.
Now, what is that?
So it's consisted of MODOK, Red Skull, Dracula. Who else? I forgot. And there's two that keep on like going in and out. Crossbones, which he's dead, so we're probably gonna switch him with a separate villain.
Yeah.
And we never saw Justin Hammer die. So
Wait. Who's Justin Hammer?
Justin Hammer, he was the main antagonist in one of the Iron Man movies with Whiplash, and
Oh, okay. Yeah. True.
who supplied Whiplash with all the stuff he needed to build the machines.
Yeah.
So that's Justin Hammer, which he is a major Iron Man villain. So I feel like we may get to see the Cabal at some point, but that's like farther down the road with Red Skull.
Yeah.
Because remember, when the Soul Stone was returned, Red Skull was released.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
he wouldn't stay there anymore because he had nothing to protect.
Yeah.
So once the Soul Stone was released, he was released from his duty.
Yeah.
So he could be out about in the universe causing havoc and we not know it yet. So I feel like we may see some of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Overall, I liked Eternals. It has I think it has a lot of potential. I don't know why, because I know critics didn't like it, but everybody that I've talked to has liked Eternals. But yeah. Great movie, great characters. Okay.
I got drip for sale. Drip for sale. Drip for sale.